Welcome to this explainer. Look, finding a reliable manufacturing partner, that's tough in literally any industry. But let me tell you, sourcing intimate apparel presents a completely unique set of technical hurdles. It is a completely different ballgame than just, ordering a quick batch of standard t-shirts. My goal today is actually pretty simple. I want to be your strategic matchmaker. We're going to decode the incredibly complex ecosystem of Chinese manufacturing in 2026 so you can stop guessing and actually start sourcing with precision.
So here's our roadmap for today. We're going to hit four main things. 1, the unique challenge of intimates. 2, mapping out the vital supply chain clusters. 3, finding your perfect factory match. And 4, the exact 2026 workflow you're going to need.
All right, let's jump right into part 1, the Intimate Apparel Challenge.
Intimate apparel requires absolutely extreme precision. Think about the stakes here for a second. If you get the fit, the fabric, or the elasticity wrong on a bra or a pair of underwear, it's not just some minor aesthetic flaw. It's physically uncomfortable. It's entirely unwearable. You've got to perfectly balance skin-friendly, sustainable materials with long-lasting elastic durability, all while navigating these highly complex sizing matrices. It is an exact science. And in 2026, succeeding in this space demands advanced seamless technology and flawless material integration. Now, I want you to keep the number 5 in your head. Why? Because a 5-mile radius is basically China's secret weapon. Their entire underwear manufacturing ecosystem is built on strict geographical clusters. That means every single component you could possibly need for your supply chain, the lace, the elastic, the highly specialized sewing machines, it all literally exists within a 5-mile radius of the factory. This setup drastically reduces lead times. It allows for lightning-fast prototyping that you just simply cannot find anywhere else in the world. And that ecosystem, that is exactly why China maintains absolute dominance in the global market today. People talk about rising labor costs over there, and yeah, that's true, but they've entirely offset those costs through massive, massive investments in automation. We're talking highly precise automated cutting technology and AI-driven quality control lines. You pair that with their absolute mastery of specialized eco-certifications like the OEM Standard 100 and the Global Recycled Standard, you get a supply chain that is totally unmatched in both volume and technological sophistication.
Moving right along to section 2, mapping the supply chain clusters.
Okay, so let's dive into how this breaks down geographically. Because in China's manufacturing landscape, location dictates exactly what a factory specializes in. It's crucial. If you're a brand owner needing intricate lace and embroidery for lingerie, you absolutely must look at Grau in Shantou. If you're a bulk buyer looking for high-efficiency, cotton-rich men's boxers, Xiaolon in Zhongshan is your go-to hub. What about e-commerce sellers needing fast fashion, high-stretch, seamless underwear? You head straight to you. And for sports brands heavily focused on performance gear, Xinjiang and Fujian is your target. This specific geography is your definitive guide to aligning your product type with the correct cluster. Definitely memorize this breakdown.
Let's talk about the specific players, starting with the heavy-hitting OEM factories. Hujie Group, which is the parent to brands like Maniform, is a total industry giant. They have massive R&D centers, which is perfect for high-tech bras. But just a heads up, expect a really high minimum order quantity. We're talking typically over 3,000 pieces. Then you've got Amer Group, offering incredibly sophisticated ODM services for luxury silk intimates with just world-class quality control. And of course, Regina Miracle, an absolute pioneer in seamless bonding tech that supplies giants like Victoria's Secret and Uniqlo. These are incredible partners for sure, but they definitely come with very high entry barriers for smaller brands. But what if you don't need 3,000 pieces? Let's step right into the mid-tier. These are highly agile options that are perfect for private labels, Amazon, or TikTok sellers. Shantou Grau isn't just one factory. It represents literally thousands of specialized lace and push-up factories, offering tremendous flexibility. Zhongshan Jimei focuses squarely on high-quality men's trunks and briefs using modal and Pima cotton. Plus, they have the huge advantage of standardized US and EU sizing. And over in Yiwu, Commodity City, you've got factories running Italian Santoni machines churning out incredible seamless knits. They often offer low MOQs and even ready-to-ship stock. Then we've got the true specialists and the eco-conscious manufacturers. Foshan Nanhai Yanbu specializes in the real foundational aspects of traditional bra making. I'm talking about the underwires, the straps, the cut molding. Fuji and Jelly Group dominates in high-durability, moisture-wicking activewear. Now, if you're an eco-conscious brand, Dongguan Hongquan Apparel has completely pivoted to sustainable fabrics like organic cotton and Tencel, and they are fully backed by GOTS certification. Finally, Shenzhen Embryform is your absolute go-to for patented non-wire designs with highly reliable mass consistency across multiple SKUs.
Which leads us perfectly into section 3,
finding your perfect factory.
I like to call this the Goldilocks principle. Honestly, the most common sourcing pitfall is choosing a factory that's either way too big or way too small for your specific business model. If you're a smaller e-commerce seller on Shopify, your priority has to be finding low MOQs, maybe around 50 to 200 pieces, and easy private label tag swapping. You need to be hyper-focused on the Yiwu region. Contrast that with bulk buyers and wholesalers. They demand massive monthly capacity, automated QC systems, and absolute rock-bottom unit pricing at scale. Those buyers need to be knocking on doors down in Shenzhen or Fujian.
Now, what if you're a brand owner right in the middle tier utilizing private label or OEM? Well, your focus should be on Shantou or Zhongshan. For you, the most important factors aren't necessarily rock-bottom pricing or ultra-low MOQs. It's technical capability, it's sample accuracy. It's verifying that they actually have Oeko-Tex certifications for the dyes and fabrics they're using. Your factory needs to perfectly align with your brand's commitment to quality. All right, let's bring it all together in Section 4, the 2026 sourcing workflow. Listen, if you actually want to be taken seriously by top-tier Chinese factories today, you've got to follow this exact 4-step professional workflow. Step 1, do not just send them a photo. You have to prepare a highly detailed tech pack that includes fabric GSM, size charts, and specific stitch types. Step 2 is the sampling stage. What's really cool here is that in 2026, a lot of top factories will offer 3D virtual samples before cutting any physical fabric, which saves immense time and money. Step 3, verify their audit and compliance. Demand those BSCI or SEDEX social audit reports. Which brings us to Step 4, honestly the most important rule in manufacturing. This is our ultimate failsafe, the golden sample rule. Please listen closely to this part because it is absolutely non-negotiable. Once a physical sample is completely approved by you, it becomes the golden sample. It is literally sealed away, and from that exact moment on, it's used as the unchangeable benchmark for all pre-shipment inspections. Simply put, do not ever allow mass production to begin without an established golden sample. Okay, to wrap things up, let's tackle those final tactical questions. The practical stuff every professional buyer is sweating over before making that first contact. How do we actually verify them? And what are the real numbers we're dealing with today? Consider this your 2026 cheat sheet. First off, MOQs. Custom-dyed fabric usually requires 1,000 to 3,000 pieces, but if you're open to using market-available fabrics, factories in Yiwu or Shantou will often accept 200 to 500 pieces. Second, verification. You absolutely must weed out the middlemen trading companies. Check their business license to ensure it explicitly says manufacturing, and demand a live video walkthrough of the production line. A trading company usually can't show you the same machine floor twice. They'll suddenly claim their Wi-Fi is bad or something. Third, for eco-sourcing, target the Guangdong region and verify those GOTS certifications. And finally, lead times. You're generally looking at 7 to 14 days for sampling and about 35 to 50 days for mass production. When you get right down to it, sourcing intimate apparel successfully always comes back to this one fundamental truth. The challenge isn't finding a factory, it's finding the right factory that matches your specific business model. Sourcing success isn't about blind luck, not at all. It's entirely about aligning your scale, your product type, and your specific business goals with the right geographical ecosystem. And that basically wraps up our explainer for today. You've got the cluster map, you know the exact regions that fit your specific product, you have the professional 2026 workflow, and you know exactly how to bypass those tricky middlemen. The ball is completely in your court now. So, applying everything you've seen today, are you ready to lock in your golden sample?